What's up, KFG, YouTube, and wrestling fans? This is your boy, Bigboysnacksjonnytv. Welcome out to my YouTube channel. And tonight, I'll go my WWE Raw review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please go watch the video from all the way from the beginning towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content on the channel that I post on the channel. I'm on the road to 9K and a path to YouTube partner. Follow my social media down below in the description. Now let's get started. Now WWE Raw was the same thing like last week but different, and I give it a 5.5 out of 10. So WWE Raw was live from Glasgow, Scotland, OVO Hydro. Commentary tonight with Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Then now forever together. The WWE leads us into the show. We see a shot of Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the home of WrestleMania 41, which is 26 nights away. We then go over 4,000 miles away to Glasgow, Scotland. This is the first live Raw from Glasgow, Scotland. Pre-show arrival. CM Punk is shown making his way to the OVO Hydro. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are shown arriving. Raquel Rodriguez will battle Lyra Kira for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio are shown arriving. Dragon Lee will face Chad Gable. Penta is shown arriving, and he will be battling Braun Breaker for the WWE Intercontinental Champion. We go live into the OVO Hydro, and it is packed. Alright, so we get John Cena and Cody Rhodes under the same roof. This is a very good segment to kick off the show. John Cena's music hits as the crowd erupts and boos. John Cena holds up a towel that says, "The last time is now." Cena coldly stares at a young fan clad in his attire and walks down to the ring. The crowd sings John Cena sucks, which is I agree with that, to the tune of his music. John Cena stands in the center of the ring and asks if something is on the crowd's mind. It seems like they have something they want to say to him. John Cena says they're ready to do their worst because they finally understand what is happening. John Cena has turned the spotlight on the people. They know he can pick a part of these random ticket holders and rip them to shreds right now. No one is safe. Last week he put a clueless kid on blast. His poor, pathetic face was everywhere. WWE posted it and the crowd loved it. A FU Cena chant picks up. John Cena smirks. John Cena asks who is worse, him the one guy who actually tells the truth, or all of the people. Their best idea is to use profanity. They love to watch rewatch. They love to watch. Rewatching made me a poor defenseless kid getting destroyed. John Cena doesn't need to single out anyone here because they are horrible people. Tonight, they get to find out how he makes them pay for the abuse they put him through. For 25 years, he has listened to their lies. He has listened to their lies and their noise. John Cena didn't waste that time being mean like them. John Cena pay attention. A shut the F up chant fires up. John Cena says they make it so easy while they chant profanity. He's been paying attention and learning from them. John Cena has tested and rewarded them for playing along with their stupid nursery rhymes. In doing so, he told them everything about them. They know nothing about John Cena. John Cena knows more about them than they do. Their lives are sad. Their lives are sad. This is the best it's going to get. This is all they have. To John Cena, they have nothing more than an experiment. They're rats in a cage. John Cena tells them to pick out any moment in his career, and he tells them about them. He when he believed, they thought he was tough. When he spoke, they were inspired. When he was edgy, they were excited. When he was vanilla, they were bored. When he was loyal, they were loved. When he was selfish, they were disrespected. When he speaks the rhythmic tune, they say what? The crowd was chanting what? The crowd was the crowd always tell him everything about themselves because they disrespect desperately want to matter. The most important thing they told him was in April 2005. It was the day he gave them the greatest idea. John Cena gave them the WWE Sprinter Championship. They they ate him alive for that. All they had to do is Google negative comments about the Sprinter belt. They told John Cena he was stupid for changing the championship into a toy. The championship is not a toy. It is a symbol at the center of all this. The belt disrespected their championship and legacy. That was the biggest mistake they ever made. They were unavailable, unavailable enough to tell him what meant the most. Tell him what meant most to them. Now that John Cena knows that he is going to ruin wrestling, John Cena will ruin wrestling for every fan wrestler and everyone at WrestleMania 41. He will make history by winning a 17th championship. John Cena will finally force them to forget the name of Ric Flair. They will forever say that name, John Cena, even worse. He win the championship, the center of every superstar and fan in this building, and retire with it. John Cena is taking it home with him. John Cena will lead them to make a toy belt because the real one comes home with him. John Cena will be the last real champion in WWE. I never thought about that before when John Cena said. So he's gonna take the championship and then retire with it. I never thought about that before. All right. John Cena says revenge is best served cold. He'll pay them back by ripping their hearts out by walking away with their memories and dreams. There is nothing they can do to stop him. Wrestling has more than one world family. Undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes makes his way to the ring to a big ovation. Cody Rhodes high fives fans and as he makes his way to the ring. John Cena stares coldly at him. The crowd is buzzing as the two participants in the main event of WrestleMania 41 stand in the ring with one another. The crowd sings to Cody Rhodes. Ask John Cena what he said. John Cena said he was going to take the title away from the people. Does he need to take it away from Cody Rhodes first? Um, Cody Rhodes says he made a mistake last week. He looks at John Cena and talks about old John Cena versus new John Cena. It is clearly sincere, angry, and willing. Perhaps this is the most dangerous John Cena there has ever been. John Cena has made a massive mistake. The mistake was not hitting him upside the head with the title at Elimination Chamber. The mistake was John Cena saying what he just said to those lovely people while he was in the building. The crowd sings to Cody Rhodes again. Cody Rhodes asks if the crowd changed. Cody Rhodes asks if the crowd singing to him brothers. John Cena John Cena should know how hard he felt just to hold this one time and validate one name. If he understands John Cena correctly, the timeline of all the professional wrestling hangs in the balance because of his vanity. John Cena wants to take it. Cody Rhodes lays the belt down in the center of the ring. John Cena will give him the Cody Rhodes will give him the opportunity right now. John Cena throws his microphone aside. Cody Rhodes unbuttons his shirt. John Cena prepares to pick it up, but then stops and walks away. To a loud boost. John Cena grabs his rally towel and walks off. Cody Rhodes picks up a microphone and shouts for John Cena. John Cena turns and stares the head back to the ring. And stares to head back to the ring. Cody Rhodes takes off his jacket and challenges him. John Cena shakes his head and turns around. Cody Rhodes says he has one thing to say. He cannot have this one on his conscience. Cody Rhodes needs John Cena to see him and the people. His 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 Pasaic he says Pasaic what's it Pas Pasaic needs to take the title that does not overweight their right to keep it. The champ is no longer standing there. The champ is standing in the center of the ring. To see John Cena walking away empty-handed is how he will walk away from WrestleMania 41 and the WWE Cody Rhodes holds the title up. This that this was a very good segment to kick off Monday Night Raw between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. But I got a bad feeling that Cody Rhodes is going to drop the undisputed WWE Championship to John Cena at WrestleMania. Cause promise them it's gonna be some outside interference by The Rock and Travis Scott, for example. But I hope Cody Rhodes retains the undisputed WWE champion. But I got a bad feeling that Cody Rhodes is going to drop the undisputed WWE champion to John Cena. But we'll see. But I hope Cody Rhodes retains the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41. All right, let's move on. That was a good segment to kick off the show between John Cena and John Cena and Cody Rhodes. All right, let me continue. Video package. Last week on Raw, Dirty Dominic Mysterio interfering in the WWE Intercontinental Championship match, invalidly causing Finn Balor to get crushed on the top rope, leading to him losing the match. Tonight, Penta will battle Braun Breaker for the title. Main event, Jey Uso is making his way to the ring as he is joined by his brother Jimmy Uso. The Usos are teaming up against 8-time down under next. Pat McAfee is wearing a kit as he does the Yeet dance. So we go to commercial break. Stephanie places premiere on Wednesday on ESPN, Hulu, and Disney Plus. Alright, so we get the first match. So we get the tag team match. The Usos, Jimmy Uso in the main event, Jey Uso versus A-Town Down Under Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. And this match right here, I might as well say this was a pretty good tag team match. This is the first time Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso have teamed in a traditional match in a year and a half. Jey Uso will start up against Austin Theory. They lock up and Jey Uso hooks a side headlock. Austin Theory whips him off, but Jey Uso shoulder tackles him down and lets out a yeet. Jey Uso hits the ropes and blocks a hip toss before clotheslining Austin Theory down. Grayson Waller tags in and toss trash. Jey Uso blocks a kick and uppercuts him before hitting a back elbow and a snap kick. Jimmy Uso tags in. The Usos hit a double team back elbow followed by a double elbow drop. They then hit Grayson Waller with a double clothesline over the top rope. Austin Theory is quickly sent over as well. Jimmy Uso hits the ropes and takes out A-Town Down Under with a plancha. Jimmy Uso gets Grayson Waller in the ring and Grayson Waller kicks him. Grayson Waller attacks him in the corner and sends him to the corner. Jimmy Uso slingshots over him and connects with an uppercut for a 2 count. Jimmy Uso chops Grayson Waller's chest. Grayson Waller kicks and turns him around in the corner. Jimmy Uso ducks a chop and chops Grayson Waller down. Jimmy Uso sends him into the ropes, but Grayson Waller holds on. Austin Theory blind tags in. Jimmy Uso sends Grayson Waller out of the ring and goes after him, but Austin Theory blindsides him with a vicious forearm. Austin Theory taunts Jey Uso and talks trash to Jimmy Uso. Alright, so we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Grayson Waller is taking it to Jimmy Uso. Grayson Waller goes for a rolling thunder attack, but Jimmy Uso counters with a Samoan drop. Jey Uso tags into a big ovation. Jey Uso takes Austin Theory down and punches Grayson Waller off the apron. Jey Uso lights Austin Theory up with a punch. Jey Uso hits an air security and the crowd gives him a great hand. Jey Uso hits a running hip attack on Austin Theory and super kicks Grayson Waller. Jey Uso super kicks Austin Theory for a 2 count. Jey Uso lifts Austin Theory, but he slides off. Grayson Waller attacks and A-Town Down Under a sandwich Jey Uso with vicious double punches for a 2 count. Austin Theory stands on the middle rope, but Jey Uso avoids diving elbow. Jimmy Uso tags in and they hit the alley-oops. Jimmy Uso heads to the top rope, but Austin Theory distracts him. Grayson Waller crushes Jimmy Uso on the top rope. Jimmy Uso manages to super kick him. Jimmy Uso catapults Grayson Waller into Jey Uso for a spear. Then they hit Austin Theory with the 1D for the win. The winner of the match by pinfall, Jimmy and Jey Uso, the Usos. This was a pretty good tag team match. The Usos celebrate in the ring. All of a sudden, World Heavyweight Champion Gunther rips Jimmy Uso off the ropes. Gunther starts to brawl with Jey Uso before Jey Uso rocks him with some super kicks. Jey Uso set up for a spear, but he trips on the takeoff. Gunther quickly grabs him and elbows away at him. Jimmy Uso then chased Gunther out of the ring, but they still cheer. Great to see the Usos teaming up again. Alright, interesting. We're going to add to this story that Jey Uso is getting the jitters and slipping as the pressure grows on the road to WrestleMania 41. They playing off the botch from last week by having him trip this week. We'll see how it goes. All I'm saying is Jey Uso is going to beat Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. If Jey Uso can sit here and beat Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Champion, what makes you think Jey Uso is going to beat Gunther for the World Heavyweight Champion? So I got my boy Jey Uso beating Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 41. So and still ever since Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble, why some of y'all are still hating on my boy Jey Uso? Jey Uso deserves that. So that's all I gotta say. Ever since Jey Uso eliminated John Cena, and some of y'all just still hating on Jey Uso, but keep that same energy. When Jey Uso wins the World Heavyweight Champion, keep that same energy. That's all I gotta say. So, backstage segment. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan and Victoria Rodriguez are warming up. Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Carlito walk in. She asks about Finn Balor, but Dominic Mysterio says he's mad at him. She tells Dominic Mysterio that they can still bring gold to the Judgment Day. Carlito thinks he should challenge for the Intercontinental Champion. If Carlito challenges Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker is going to destroy Carlito. That's all I gotta say. Backstage segment. Oh yeah. Women's Intercontinental Champion Lara Kira is shown talking to Bayley in the background. We see Raw General Manager Adam Pearce inviting Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee into his office. So we go to commercial break. Video package Women's Intercontinental Championship. Video package Lucha Libre has been filled with superstars, but El Grande Americano is the biggest. This lucha star dominated before disappearing without a trace. Now he's back to bring honor and glory to this sport. He is an icon and a trailblazer. He is El Grande America. Alright, so we go to Raw General Manager's office, Adam Pearce. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce is in his office with Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. They shocked by that video. Rey Mysterio said that isn't El Grano Americo. It's Chad Gable. Chad Gable comes in coughing and says he isn't clear to compete because he's sick. Rey Mysterio says they didn't need a match. They see him in the parking lot. Chad Gable suggests Dragon Lee to take on El Grande Americo. Adam Pearce says his hands are tied. Dragon Lee says he'll take the match. They walk off and Rey Mysterio says, You're a real Jack, you know what. With your gad baby redeemer reindeer I'm sorry, with your gad baby reindeer on Netflix is at rain time. Alright. So we get the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Women's WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Wakara Rodriguez accompanied by WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan versus Lara Kira. In this match right here, this was a decent match. The bell rings and they constantly approach each other. Lara Kira gets a race like a pie, but Wakara Rodriguez slings her off. Wakara Rodriguez soon hooks the head and swings her around the ring before tossing her aside. Liv Morgan celebrates at ringside. Wakara Rodriguez powers her to the corner and charge. But Lara Kira moves, Lara Kira applies a side headlock. Wakara Rodriguez whips her off and crosses her attempting a slingshot. Lara Kira fights back and goes for a sunset flip, but Wakara Rodriguez doesn't go down. Lara Kira catches her with a wheelbarrow sling out of the ring. Lara Kira goes for a wrecking ball dropkick, but Wakara Rodriguez catches her. Lara Kira counters with a hurricanrana onto the commentary table. Lara Kira goes to the top rope and leaps, but Wakara Rodriguez boosts her out of midair. So we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Wakara Rodriguez hits Lara Kira with a slingshot suplex slam for a near fall. Wakara Rodriguez pulls her to the corner and climbs to the second rope before taunting the crowd. Lara Kira avoids a slingshot elbow drop. Lara Kira goes to the top rope and hits a diving leg drop for a 2 count. Lyra Kira sets up for a Nightwing, but Rodriguez slides off and clubs her from behind. Rodriguez hits a slingshot corkscrew elbow for a 2 count. Rodriguez puts her on the top rope, but Lyra Kira kicks her away. Lyra Kira dives, but Rodriguez catches her. Lyra Kira counters with a big DDT and covers 1-2. Liv Morgan puts Rodriguez foot on the bottom rope to break it up. Now, the referee should have banned Liv Morgan from ringside. I repeat, the referee should have banned Liv Morgan from ringside. That's all I gotta say. Lyra Kira is furious. Lyra Kira attempts a Nightwing, but Rodriguez gets out. Lyra Kira avoids a big boot and hits Liv Morgan with a wrecking ball. Dropkick. Rodriguez grabs her and goes for a Tanager bomb, but Lyra Kira counters into a roller for the win. The winner by pinfall is still your women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Kira. This was a decent match, but at the same time, I am so glad that Raquel Rodriguez lost to Lyra Kira. Thank God. But Liv Morgan should have been banned from ringside. That way, it would be a 1v1 between Lyra Kira and Raquel Rodriguez by themselves without Liv Morgan at ringside. Alright, that was a decent match. Liv Morgan is immediately blindside Lyra Kira and the double team begins. Bayley runs down for the save. Bayley and Lyra Kira clear the ring of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Alright, big night AHT with Pat McAfee and friends is coming on Wednesday, April 9th. Pat McAfee shows off his kit. There will be more European shows over the summer. Video package: Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley continue to disrespect Women's World Champion Io Sky. So I don't know why they disrespecting Women's World Champion Io Sky, but in my honest opinion, I know for a fact that Io Sky has to retain at WrestleMania 41. So that's my pick. I love Bianca Belair just like I love Rhea Ripley, but Io Sky has to retain the Women's World Champion at WrestleMania 41. I love Bianca Belair just like I love Rhea Ripley, just like I love Io Sky. That's all I gotta say. But it's gonna be a good triple threat match, but the outcome is gonna be very predictable. Alright, backstage segment. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce is walking backstage and holding a black folder. So we go to commercial break. Triple H, Michelle McCool, Lex Luger, and the Natural Disaster will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. That's a big W. Triple H, Michelle McCool, Lex Luger, and the Natural Disaster will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Hey, I gotta clap for that. Triple H, Michelle McCool, and Lex Luger, and the Natural Disaster, well deserved. All right, backstage segment. Main event: Jey Uso looks frustrated backstage. Jimmy Uso walks up to him and says Jey Uso is too in his own head. Last week, a move he done for 14 years turned him into a joke and a meme. Now he had to kill shot and slip. If he keeps up like this, he won't win at WrestleMania 41. Jey Uso says he knows. He's 0-3 against Gunther. Jey Uso isn't sure he can win at WrestleMania 41. Jimmy Uso says he can't. He needs to be the Jey Uso of old, which is fast by Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso walks up and confronts Gunther. Jimmy Uso challenges Gunther to a match. Gunther hopes he won't trip and falls like his brother. Jimmy Uso absolutely lights him up with a slap to the face before walking off. Gunther smiles. When Jimmy Uso slaps Gunther, did you hear the echo and the impact of that slap? Oh man, I know Jey Uso is bro. Like I said this before, y'all. Some of y'all can hate on my boy Jey Uso all y'all want, but I know my boy can beat Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. If Jey Uso can sit here and beat Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Champion, I know Jey Uso is going to be Gunther for the World Heavyweight Champion. I'm speaking facts, and I stand on business. That's just my opinion, and I'm going to ride with it. All right, let me continue. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce addressed the controversy with the Women's World Championship match at WrestleMania 41. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce holds up the contract that was signed last week by Women's World Champion Io Sky and Bianca Belair. That was interrupted by Rhea Ripley, and she signs the contract. Adam Pearce says Rhea Ripley is not in the match. They can boo but it's Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. The signature that Rhea Ripley puts in the contract means nothing. Rhea Ripley is entitled to a rematch. Adam Pearce has tried to nail her down for the rematch, but Rhea Ripley hasn't taken it. Rhea Ripley only wants it on her time. Adam Pearce won't do that way. Therefore, Women's World Champion Io Sky interrupting her. Women's World Champion, Women's World Champion Io Sky interrupts him. Io Sky doesn't care about contracts. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. If it doesn't matter, Io Sky will take both of them on. Because she is the women's world champion. Adam Pearce says he knows she's a fine champion. Bianca Belair music Bianca Belair music interrupts. Bianca Belair says she's earned the number one contender spot and went through the elimination chamber to get to WrestleMania 41. Bianca Belair won't let Rhea Ripley headbutt her way into the match. If she didn't earn it, she doesn't deserve it. This is my brutality. Rhea Ripley heads to the ring. Rhea Ripley says she doesn't give a you know what about WrestleMania 41. She doesn't care who has who she has to go through to get her title back. Rhea Ripley gets in the ring and walks up to Adam Pearce. Rhea Ripley says she wants her rematch. Bianca Belair says she's already waited 3 weeks. She can't wait 3 more. She can get her rematch with Bianca Belair. Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair going face to face, and they shove Io Sky away. See, this is what happens, man. I feel like they disrespected Io Sky, man. But I got this bad feeling that WWE, I got this bad feeling that Io Sky is going to drop the Women's World Champion to either Rhea Ripley or Bianca Belair. But I hope that Io Sky retains the Women's World Heavyweight Champion. Like I said, I love Rhea Ripley. I love Io Sky, just like I love Bianca Belair, but the outcome is very predictable. All right, but WWE cannot, but WWE cannot let Io Sky take the Women's World Championship off of take the Women's World Champion off Io Sky because Io Sky won the Women's World Championship last week against Rhea Ripley. So why would WWE will make Io Sky take the Women's World Championship off of her? That don't make any sense. But I got Io Sky retaining, and Rhea Ripley's going to turn heel until she gets her title back at SummerSlam. Or that's all I gotta say. But everybody wants to see Bianca Belair win. But hey, it is what it is. But like I said, the outcome is going to be very predictable. All right, it says Adam Pearce starts the fight. He has a solution. Next week, Rhea Ripley will get her rematch for the Women's World Champion. The winner will face Bianca Belair with the title on the line at WrestleMania 41. Io Sky leaps over Bianca Belair and hits Rhea Ripley with the DDT. Bianca Belair leaves Io Sky for the KOD, but Io Sky counters out. Rhea Ripley boots her down and grabs Io Sky. Io Sky flips through and uppercuts her. Bianca Belair goes for an attack on Io Sky, but Io Sky rolls through. Bianca Belair clotheslines Rhea Ripley out of the ring. Io Sky takes Bianca Belair down and hits Rhea Ripley with a flying hurricane at ringside. Io Sky goes for a springboard, but Bianca Belair moves. Bianca Belair grabs Io Sky and hits the KOD over the top rope onto Rhea Ripley. Bianca Belair stands tall with the Women's World Championship. Alright. Backstage segment. Penta is warming up when Dirty Dominic Mysterio approaches him. Dominic Mysterio offers him a spot in the Judgment Day. He could become Intercontinental Championship tonight. Dominic Mysterio tells him to think about it and walks off. But do you know what I think of? Here's my thing. Let me cook. What if Ray Phoenix joins the Judgment Day? Bro, oh my god. And feud against Penta? That would be some heat. If Ray Phoenix shows up and joins the Judgment Day, he's going to feud against Penta. That right there would be some new. That would be some heat. Anyway, let me continue. I had to put that out there. You know I'm speaking facts. You know that's just my opinion. I'm going to stand on it. But I hope Ray Phoenix will come to Monday Night Raw. All right, let me continue. Tonight's main event: Braun Breaker will defend the WWE Intercontinental Championship against Penta. Commercial break. Video package. World Tag Team Champions, the World Raiders, are featured. Raw General Manager's office, Adam Pearce. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce is on his office when the New Day bursts in. They demand a World Tag Team Championship match at WrestleMania 41. Adam Pearce says they should have offered to have a match on Raw next week to determine who should go to WrestleMania 41. Until they're ready to do that, they can't leave his office. They tell him to take his blood pressure medication. Bianca Belair comes in and isn't happy about the title match next week. Adam Pearce says she be involved in the match and calling it down the middle as the special guest referee. Bianca Belair says she doesn't know how to referee. Adam Pearce tell her she has a week to figure it out. Bianca Belair isn't happy. So Bianca Belair is gonna be the special guest referee next week. But I got a bad feeling that Bianca Belair is going to cost Rhea Ripley next week on Raw. So Io Sky is going to retain. All right, so we get Dragon Lee versus El Grande America, which is Chad Gable. And this match right here, this was a fun match. This was a fun match. All right, El Grande America is cleared. Chad Gable. America takes the Dragon Lee and apply an armbar. America hits an arm drag and pose. America chops the chest. Dragon Lee reverse a whip and charges, but America drops him on the apron. America dumps him out of the ring and shouts, "Gracias, America." Hits the ropes, but Dragon Lee hits a Hurricanrana out of the ring. Dragon Lee hits a nice top suicide impose. America gets him in the ring and applies a grounded ambitional stretch. Dragon Lee whips at the mask, but America gets away. Dragon Lee goes for a powerbomb, but America hits a Hurricanrana for a 2 count. They brawl on the apron before America hits a wild exploder suplex off the apron to the floor. They both land on the ground with a nasty thud. So we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Dragon Lee fights up from a slam attempt and rolls America up for a 2 count. America hits the ropes with a running head, but with a running headbutt. But Dragon Lee needs him in the head. Dragon Lee pulls America up to the middle rope, but America fights him off. Dragon Lee knocks him into a tree of rope facing ringside. Dragon Lee climbs to the top rope and connects with a double stomp to the floor. Dragon Lee grabs his knee in pain at ringside. The referee is counting them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Both men enter the ring. They trade shots from their knees. America hits the ropes, but Dragon Lee follows him and chops him. Dragon Lee soon hits a release German suplex, followed by a super kick. Dragon Lee backs up and charges, but America hits a beautiful overhead belly to belly suplex into the corner for a near fall. America goes to the top rope for a moonsault, but lands on his feet. When Dragon Lee moves, Dragon Lee connects with a sit-out powerbomb for a near fall. Dragon Lee puts America on the top rope and gets him in a trio roll. The crowd chants, "This is awesome." America sits up and rips off Dragon Lee's mask. Dragon Lee falls to the canvas. America applies an ankle lock for the submission as Dragon Lee covers his face. Alright. The winner by submission, El Grande America, which is Chad Gable. This was a pretty good, not pretty good time, but this was a pretty good match right here. Pretty good fun match right here. A really fun match with El Grande America, Chad Gable, and Dragon Lee. Chad Gable has a Lucha Libre star and is pretty amazing. Hashtag WWE Raw, hashtag WWE Netflix. Video package. Go to where appear on WWE LFG. Replay. Last Friday on SmackDown, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins got into a huge brawl. CM Punk makes his way to the ring to a huge ovation. We'll hear from him next. So we go to commercial break. So we get to CM Punk addresses WrestleMania 41. Alright. And this was a good promo by CM Punk. CM Punk will battle Roman Reigns and Seth freaking Rollins in a triple threat match at WrestleMania 41. They already messed up the booking before WrestleMania. So I already know. I know WWE has already messed up the booking before WrestleMania. It is lazy booking. CM Punk stands in the ring and listens to the crowd chant his name. CM Punk says it's great to be alive on a Monday on Glasgow CM Punk says, as happy as he is to be here, he's still a little mad. It's hard to be mad when he gets an ovation like this. The Thunderous CM Punk chant fires up. CM Punk says he hasn't slept well in the past few days because of the your sanity your certainty of his road to WrestleMania 41. Apparently, he has a match. What he wants has not getting, or he is. CM Punk smirks. What he wanted to do was win the Royal Rumble, but he didn't. They want they what then what he needed to do was win the Elimination Chamber, but because the more things change, the more they stay the same, which is I agree that is facts by itself. He worked with children. That diaper his baby Savron screwed him in the match. They didn't get him to what he wants. For two people, it's clearly professional. For two people, it's clearly personal. For CM Punk, it's just business. It became simple math. The two men who want to stand in his way to stop him from getting what he wants, have to go. Has got to go. Seth Rollins has been crying since CM Punk came back. CM Punk, Magnitude, and Shadow Battler, Bell title, the title, everything Seth Rollins has done in his career. Roman Reigns has taken this a little personal because he sees the real time that that his wise man isn't just his wise man. CM Punk winks at the camera. It's it's only business for CM Punk. This Friday in London, they have a contract signing. CM Punk asks why they're booing. Did they want to hear? The crowd roars. CM Punk wanted to have it here as well. CM Punk wants the contract because he wants to read it if it gets him closer to what he wants. Will it be another rug pulled by the power that be? Since Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins could grace them with their presence, he'll see them in London. CM Punk wants them to know two things. Neither have defeated him without the other help. They can't. The last thing he brought them into this business. CM Punk cannot wait to be the man who takes them out of it. CM Punk shouts, "Best in the world." But you know what the crazy part is? What if Paul Heyman turned on Roman Reigns? If Paul Heyman turns on Roman Reigns, bro, the crowd will be shocked if the wise man Paul Heyman will turn on Roman Reigns to side with CM Punk. That would be crazy. All right, good promo by CM Punk. Next week, Raw will be live from London, England, with a special start time in the United States at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, noon PT. Video package: Logan Paul says he's been in London on March 31st. He calls out AJ Styles. Next week on Raw from London, Logan Paul calls out AJ Styles. Jimmy Uso versus the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. Cody Rhodes and John Cena will go face to face again. Women's World Champion Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley with a special guest referee Bianca Belair. I feel like Bianca Belair is going to screw Rhea Ripley out. Out. It's going to Bianca Belair is going to screw Rhea Ripley next week on Raw. All right, let me continue. Backstage interview. County Kelly is backstage with the WWE Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker. She asks about Penta potentially joining the Judgment Day. Braun Breaker says he can't worry about that. He retains his title because the dogs are barking in Glasgow. The main event is next, so we go to commercial break. Alright, so we get the main event of the evening. WWE Intercontinental Championship match. Penta versus Braun Breaker. This match was fantastic. Fantastic match between Penta and Braun Breaker. The dogs are barking in Glasgow, Scotland. The bell rings and they stand across the ring from each other. They circle the ring and Penta grabs a waistlock. Braun Breaker twists out, but Penta wrenches the arm and hooks a side headlock. Braun Breaker powers him up and shoves him off. Penta quickly attacks the leg with kicks. Penta sends him to the ropes, but Braun Breaker gets ahead of steam. and connects with a weekly quick Larry. Bron hits some shoulder thirst in the corner before sending him into the ropes. Penta catches him with a running hurricanrana, knocking him to the ropes. Bron realizes he is on the wrong side of the ring and ridiculously runs to the other side of the ring to get on the apron. Penta goes for a dive, but Bron knees him in the face. Bron then flies off the apron with a clothesline over the commentary table. Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Carlito of the Judgment Day head to ringside. Alright, so we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Bron and Penta are trading shots. Dominic Mysterio and Carlito are watching closely from ringside. Penta fights back, but Bron rocks him with a punch. Bron fights back and hits the ropes, but Penta super kicks him down. The crowd chants, "Let's go!" Penta Bron fight him, but Penta kicks him in the face and hits a reverse sling blade. Penta sets up for a suicide dive, but Bron uppercuts him. Bron gets him on his shoulders, but Penta counters a slam into a backstabber for a near fall. Carlito is impressed that Penta hits his finisher. Penta signals for the end. Bron counters with a Mexican destroyer and powers him to his shoulders for a military press into a ground buster, but to a gore buster for a near fall. Bron signals for the end. Penta quickly kicks him in the face and puts him on his shoulders. Bron stands on the second rope, but Penta elbows out. Penta hits a head scissors to take over off the top rope, knocking Bron out of the ring. Penta then hits a toe con hilo. The the crowd chants, "This is awesome." Penta gets Bron in the ring and signs him up for a Mexican destroyer. Penta charges and connects 1-2. Bron kicks out. Penta grabs Bron for a Penta driver, but Bron elbows out. Penta boots him back and goes to the top rope. Bron climbs to the top rope for a Frankensteiner. 1-2. Penta kicks out. Bron pulls the straps down and Dominic Mysterio distracts the referee. Carlito goes after Bron but Bron spears him down. Dominic Mysterio chop blocks on Bron and the referee calls for the bell. The winner by disqualification. The winner by disqualification, Penta, but still your WWE Intercontinental Champion, Bron Breakker. This match was fantastic. All right. Dominic Mysterio punches away at Bron before Bron fights back. Finn Balor then appears and smashes Bron in the back twice. Finn Balor teases hitting Dominic Mysterio with a chair before giving it to Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio dives the edge off the chair into Bron ribs. Dominic Mysterio then hands the chair to Penta. Finn Balor and Penta are confused. Penta takes the chair and signs Bron up. Penta then throws the chair at Dominic Mysterio and super kicks it into his face. Finn Balor angrily attacks Penta from behind and stomps away at him. Finn Balor grabs the chair and knocks Bron out of the ring with a chair shot to the spine. Finn Balor goes to the top rope and crushes Penta with the coup de grace. As the show ends, Finn Balor stands tall in the ring over Penta with Dominic Mysterio and Carlito. And WWE Raw goes off the air. Alright, let me give my honest opinion what I think about WWE Raw. Now, WWE Raw was a solid show, and I give it a 5.5 out of 10. If you guys enjoyed my WWE Raw review on highlights, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more content like this on the channel. Make sure you guys share the video everywhere because I'm on the road to 9K in the path to YouTube partner. And I will see you guys live tomorrow for my WWE NXT live reactions. Watching on live reaction. So I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will make a 3-minute YouTube short video of me showing you guys my thumbnail because the proof is in the pudding. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. And I'll see you guys at 4 o'clock a.m. 4 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time for my upcoming world premiere for my WWE Raw review and highlights. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Too sweet. And I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.